Welcome back to the channel. Got about a foot and a half of snow this week, so we are still in the home office basement. This week I wanted to talk about these products right here. Honestly, I don't know how to say the name of the company. I think it's Edelkrone. But basically what they're doing is they are putting together CNC parts along with 3D printed parts to make really nice camera gear. So of course that's right up my alley with the 3D printing. So I think what we're going to do here is a full review of all of their products. I have been using this for probably close to a month now. I'm really happy with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and build the rest of their products, and if I'm equally as satisfied, then I think we'll start offering pre-printed sets on the Etsy store for those that don't have a 3D printer but do want one of these pieces of photography equipment. Biggest advantage of the 3D printed kits, even if you don't have a 3D printer and would have to buy something like this, still saving quite a bit of money over the full metal counterparts. Something like this, I believe they're selling for about $150, fully assembled. The kit is $30, and then of course if you already have a printer, not horribly expensive to print it. I think what I'm most impressed with is the fact that they really designed these kits and components with 3D printing in mind. So the parts themselves, as long as your printer is in tune, print absolutely beautifully, super strong. You could tell it was just really thought out that this was going to be a 3D printed kit. On these guys, I did run out of filament, or almost ran out of filament, so you can see I did have to switch midway, but that won't have any effect on the strength or integrity of the components. So I think what we'll do is get the GoPro out, do a time warp, and I'll put these together, and then we'll do a quick review afterwards. Alright, so we have the lineup all assembled here. Definitely took a little longer than expected, but that's mainly because these 3D printed parts are not threaded. I'm not too sure why. I feel like Edelkrone definitely could have threaded the components to make this a lot easier. The biggest hassle was these wheels. Really, really tiny bolts here, and this side is not threaded, so it took quite a bit of pressure to get them together, but fortunately there is an inner ring, and in that inner ring is where this band is sitting. So even if they're not absolutely perfectly flush, it's really more of just a placeholder for that inner ring for the band to sit on. So that being said, this does have a really nice adjustable action, so you can choose your radius. I do like how they have these centering marks right here. Really, really nice. You can stick like a tool or something in there to make sure it's perfectly center. And then of course this screws on very nicely. Let me try to do that here. Of course not recommended with the camera on, but let's try it anyways. Oh yeah, it's going on just fine. So this does have a locking piece, so it'll rotate until it gets to a point. When it gets to that point, it will no longer rotate freely. And then you can see this actually spinning, so you can see that it's physically tightening, and that's very tight now. So this is facing the wrong way. But with this full setup, I definitely feel like I could get some very, very smooth shots. Of course, the surface has to be smooth. Yeah, I think we'll do a quick demo. I'll throw the Sony on this guy, and we'll check that out. So this is the FlexTILT Head. This is the Skater 3D. And then lastly, we have the PocketSHOT 3D. I just threw the GoPro on here for fun. I don't think it's actually going to ever really need to be used on something like this unless it was more for tripod, but I really think the nice feature of this, see if I can get this fully extended here, is that this piece right here does actually fit nicely into your like belt loop or something like that, and it does act as a really nice cantilever. So that being said, if you're having any type of longer exposure or video, it'll definitely keep it quite a bit more stable. It's nice that this tool is magnetic, so that kind of hangs out in there, and that's what controls the firmness of the entire unit. So if you tighten these guys up, everything will become a lot stiffer to move. I just have it pretty loose right now for testing purposes, but we can get that all folded up. And yeah, nice little unit. So let's get a few shots using this and go from there. Overall, pretty satisfied with everything that Edelkrone has to offer. I definitely think that we will go ahead and start offering the kits for sale in the Etsy store. I already do have a couple printed out. I believe I have one of these printed out in a nice silk green and one of these printed out in a dark royal blue. So those will be brought up on the Etsy store. I'll include a link in the description. If you have any questions about this stuff, feel free to let me know. Anyways, this was just a quick overview on the Edelkrone line of 3D printed products. Pretty satisfied with them. If you'd like to pick some of this stuff up for yourself, feel free to pop over to my Etsy store, and then of course the Edelkrone website to get the CNC'd parts. But yeah, pretty satisfied overall. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week ahead, and thumbs up if you like it, and feel free to subscribe. Thanks so much.